Now, a lot of us designers are used to creating our brand style guides on Adobe Illustrator or InDesign, but I want to show you guys another option of how to create your style guides, but inside of Figma. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Megan. I am super excited to sit down with you guys today. I have been a full-time graphic designer for about 4 years, and I always love learning about the new tools and platforms, and I feel that the tabs and the tools that are always open on my computer every single day is Adobe Illustrator and Figma. And I've never actually considered using Figma for the branding side of clients. I've used FigJam for the branding, but when I realized that I can actually create a whole style guide inside of Figma and even share that link with clients or download it as a PDF, my mind was blown, and I'm super excited to do this with you guys today and show you how this works. We can work on the layout together, but I overall want to show you guys how to start this, how to export this, and what exactly it will look like when it's a style guide inside of Figma.
Hi everyone, I just opened up my Figma, and the first thing that I want to do to set up my brand guide is I'm going to go to the Create button up here, and I'm going to select Design. Same exact steps I take to actually design a website inside of Figma. We're doing the same thing here, but instead we are going to create a brand guide, and I'm going to do this for my client whose name is Get Well Co. And this is kind of perfect timing because I need to make her brand guide anyway. So I'm really excited to do this with you guys. I'm going to label it with the year so we know when this was created. And the next step I'm going to do is create a frame. So there's many options to choose from over here with the frame sizing. This is typically what we would do for like any sort of application or website design. I usually go in here for the website design, but we are going to want to go into presentation. And I actually want my presentation to be, let's see what this one looks like. I either like that size or click back in here or this size. And the reason this matters is because when we go to export this as a PDF or share it as a link, it will be in this exact sizing. So I think this is perfect. And I'm going to label this, cover page. So this will be the cover page of the brand guide, and we will just create all of the additional pages. Okay, and then I'm going to label this table of contents. And the nice thing about this is once you create one brand guideline on Figma, we can actually make this a template to continue to use for other clients as well. Page 1. Cool. So we can keep it like that. And as you can see, these are all in their own separate frames. So the nice thing is that we can start to create our styles. So that will be the first thing we're going to do is come over here to the style tab, and we're going to add in our fonts. So I have my client's design open on Illustrator. I'm just going to go and make sure I know of all the font names, and we'll also copy over the colors. Okay, so the font for H1 is barreled, and I'm going to make the sizing for this around 48. And we can even just call this title since this isn't a website. We really don't need to have H1 there. But we'll say title, and then we'll also have a paragraph font, which is Avenir. And let's make it size 14, create style. And then I also want a subheading font, which we will do Avenir as well, but we'll just select medium, and I also want this to be in all caps. Okay, now I'm going to go screenshot the colors. We can either use the eyedropper and just grab them from Illustrator, but I'm just going to quickly screenshot these colors into our Figma design here so I can use the eyedropper tool. So I'm going to go to style, color, click on this, create style, and usually I would name these, but for the purpose of the video, I'm just going to quickly get these colors inside of here. Create style, beige, create style, last one. And then the other styles that we can add is effect or layout guide. I do like having a layout guide, really helps me out when it comes to keeping some spacing around everything. So I'm going to select, so we can also add it to the actual frame itself. So let's do that. 12, 120, 20. Yeah, there we go. And then I also like to do, nope, I think that's perfect. Cool, so we have some spacing on the left and right side. We can always remove that by just clicking the little eye icon there to not see it, but we have that in here. So I kind of want to play around with the actual design of my brand guidelines with you guys and play around with like a different layout. So that is exactly why I opened up this website, which is brandingstyleguides.com. Super awesome because you can look up brand guidelines for brands that we all know and love, or that we're just curious about. And we can actually kind of get some inspiration from the brand guidelines. I'm going to look through here and we'll pull some inspiration. We have some featured ones, lots of different options in here for us to take a look at. I do remember really liking Discord's brand guideline and Burger King's. I just want to look around and see what else there is. I'm actually going to look at this year and see if there's any in here that I want to take a look at. And I actually would like to look at the university ones. I'm going to sign in to access this. Totally free to sign up for this as well. Okay, so I just logged in, so let's go back to our account here, and I want to go back into 2026. I want to take a look at this University of San Diego one. While that's downloading, I just want to see if there's any other ones that catch my eye, and we could take a look at this that just opened. So as you can see, it jumps right into the logo marks, which is cool, but I do like when branding kind of gets into some of the strategy first. So I'm going to X out of this one and let's go take a look at some other options. Take a look at this. Okay, here is the brand guideline for Crafton. So they jump right into the logo. Also, it's really interesting to see how people lay out their brand guidelines because there's so many different ways to do it. This one's all in Korean, but it's kind of cool to see their layout. And then I also opened this one, which I really like the layout of this. Okay, I'm loving this little bar underneath. That's great inspiration for kind of saying where we're at in the process of the brand guidelines. So I really like that. I think that gives me some good inspiration. So let's head back over to our Figma, and I'm going to change the background color to this to the beige color. Actually, I kind of want to do this dark green. And I also am going to minimize the layout guide for now. And I'm going to bring in some of those logos that we have. Okay, so I'm just dropping in all of the logos. You can shrink these down and keep them over here. And I'm also going to grab these secondary logos. I know we're going to need this throughout our brand guide anyway, so I'm just going to paste them in here. And then same thing for the submark. Here we go. Okay, so let's go back to our cover page. And I really liked how they had the logo here on the bottom and some information up top here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add our text first. We're going to say branding guidelines 2026, and I'm going to select my typography subheading, and I'm actually going to increase the size of our subheading. I also want a little bit of spacing in our letters. Perfect. Brand guidelines, and let's see what it looks like in the beige color. Love it. Okay, and then I'm also going to put over here, and then this is actually when I want to add back in our layout guide. Really does help to see spacing for consistency. I'm going to say created by Megan Weeks Design Co. Okay, and then I also am thinking of using the primary logo here in the center. Awesome. And I actually sort of want to change this to the light blue color. And you know what? Instead of labeling these like that, I'm just going to say page 1, page 2, and we'll determine what goes on each of the pages. Okay, so for page 1, I'm going to use that same background color, add in our layout guide, and I want to add the mission statement here. So I have that over on my Illustrator. I'm just going to grab it and paste it in, and let's put it in the title. And what might be really cool actually is to highlight some of the words. So let's say growth minded. We can highlight that in the yellow color just to bring some more of the branding into play. And I'm going to actually unlink this so I can lower the opacity a little bit. And I also want to round this a little bit. Cool. Okay, and then I'm going to also create a similar highlight and grounded here. Bring that over. Perfect. So I'm going to select these, group them together so that I can align it to the page. And I'm also going to bring over one of the submark logos because I think that would be really cool in the corner here. And I'm going to actually go and grab this layout guide. I'm going to add a layout guide in here so that we can use it. Let's go back to page 1, paste it in here so that we can just make sure everything is consistent. Perfect. Okay, so for page 2, let's add the background color. We can add in our layout guide, and I'm just going to go refer to this. I really liked how they laid this out. So they have the brand strategy, the archetype. I really like that. That's something I even love maybe adding on to my branding services, but they have their strategy here, some more of the strategy, logo, etc. So I'm thinking in the strategy here, it would be cool to add the mood board and how we got to where we did. So I'm going to go over to Illustrator. Actually, I have my mood board here in Figma. So I'm going to open up my Figma file, and here it is. Okay, so I'm going to drag these over here, and I'm just going to select all of this, say Command G, Command C, and I actually can just paste it in here like that. So that's what's nice about being in the same ecosystem of Figma. You can kind of repurpose and reuse things that you've already done for the brand. But we can actually shrink this down more. Cool. Okay, so I'm going to copy some of this text over, and what we're going to do on this page is describe the vibe of the branding. So I like how they have this bar, so I'm thinking about making that first a little like menu item down below here, and let's fill it in with the beige color. And I think having this logo, since it's horizontal, will be perfect for that. Okay, so let's write out. My brand guidelines typically include the brand direction, and I want this in the subheading. So we have the brand direction. We also have the brand logos. We also have the brand in use. And yes, we do have colors. So actually I'm going to put colors here. I'm going to group colors and typography together. Perfect. I think that is good for that. Let's just align them perfectly. And I'm going to change the fill to our green color. Okay, so then for the actual page that we're on, I'm going to unlink this and bold it into black. And I'm going to change this to brand direction. And I just realized this actually isn't in the blue color. And I want to see what the highlight would look like in the orange. Unlink. Okay, I don't love that. So let me just see. Let's go back to the yellow color. We can just lower the opacity even more. Perfect. Okay. So brand direction, I'm going to write that later, but we'll keep that on this page. And I'm actually going to bring this down to this row here because I want each row to be the different categories. So we'll have a brand direction row, we'll have a logo row, colors and typography row, just to keep things organized for us. So we have our brand mood board. I also typically like to include some information about like the patterns and icons and all of that. So I'm going to put here brand icons. So let me go drag those in here as well. Okay, so I'm going to select all of these at the same time and shrink them down so that they maintain the same sizing. And my client told me before that she really likes when these are the oranges like behind the beige color in the branding. So I'm going to click on fill here, libraries beige, and we'll just copy this over for all of them, grouping them together as I go. All right, perfect. So now I'm just going to paste them in here, and sometimes I'll just like quickly align it to the edges, select them all, and distribute horizontally. So for this page, I'm going to wait to add the text in because I'm actually waiting to hear back from my client on the little blurbs she's going to have for each sub-brand, which each sub-brand is the icons. So we'll leave that blank for now. And then for the other part of the brand direction, I want to put brand voice. And I'm actually going to pull inspiration from this page here where they have the image and then the brand voice on the other side. So I usually go to either Unsplash or Kaboom Pics, but I'm going to go to Unsplash and I'm going to put fitness group, and I liked that photo, so I'm going to go back here and paste that in. So on Figma, usually with these photos, I want it to line up with the center here, and then a lot of times I'll go click on the image and I'm going to select crop instead of fill, bring it to each side, just like this. Then I'll select the image on the inside and increase the sizing so it fit perfect. So we have our brand direction pages. Then below this is where I would start the pages that have to do with the brand logos. So then all I'm going to do is select this, change it back to medium, select that, unlink, and change it to black. So this is how I would start to create my brand guideline on Figma. But when it comes time to actually like presenting this to the client, what's really nice is you have a few options. So we can either go to play here and it will present it as a link. So I can go to the very front of our brand guideline here. So here it is. So we could send this over like share prototype, copy link. But I know that with Figma, to add anyone to this design, you do have to pay for users to actually like edit or use it. So it's just something to keep in mind that you should be able to have anyone see this link, and editors from the main file can also access copy links, so you can add them that way. Or the other option is to go to File, Export Frames to PDF. So you would have to select all of your frames here, File, Export Frames to PDF. You can select the color set or the color profile, quality. I'm going to keep it high, export, and let's open it up right here. And there we go. There's our brand guidelines in a PDF format, all from Figma, which is super nice. So I wanted to show you guys like how to do this on Figma and like what this would look like and how I would start it on Figma. As you guys can see though, if I were to like select all of our frames, I can also click over here on the right and say copy to Figma slides. So if you wanted to present it more as like almost like a PowerPoint style, you could do that as well by clicking copy into slides, and it will load it all up in here for us. So then you can click play, and there we go. Doesn't look that much different than the play option inside of your actual prototype, but you guys have lots of options inside of Figma of how you want to present this to your clients. And sometimes it is easier to edit and add colors and photos and all of that on Figma than it is to be adding that on Adobe Illustrator and like having to deal with like colors, you know, overlapping the artboard. So if you wanted to reuse this and, you know, use the same layout and everything, but for a different client, you would just go back to your files here and we would just right click this and duplicate. So that is what I would do. You can always like pin your template to the project so you don't ever lose it in all of your files. But that's a nice way to basically duplicate, and then what you would do is click inside of your design and edit all of the styles first so that it will change automatically for you. Because if I click here, change the color, it will change all of the pages for me. So that is what I would do. I would make one main template and then reuse that once I have my entire format down. And it's super easy to just plug things in, and using components will actually help you even more because you can just easily update the component and it'll update across all of the pages. So I wanted to share that with you guys because Figma is definitely more than just a website mockup tool. You can use it for so many things, including your brand guidelines. And I'm really excited to continue building this out. And I hope also showing you guys where you can get some inspiration on brand guidelines helps as well. Let me know if it does. But I am super excited to continue using Figma for my brand guides.
So now that you guys know another tool that you can add to your work belt as a graphic designer, I also want to mention that this is just a small portion of what it's like to be a full-time graphic designer. It really does require knowing how to run a business, how to manage finances, how to have a good marketing plan, how to bring in clients consistently so you have a sustainable business. Not only that, but also how to design in a process, and having everything figured out as a business owner can be really tough. And that is exactly why I've been building out a roadmap course, which is what I'm calling the Creative Business Roadmap, because I realize that a lot of us just need A to Z. Like, how do we get from the very beginning stages to an actual running sustainable, profitable design business? And that is exactly what I'm teaching inside this course. Like, nothing goes untalked about. And I actually just removed all of my mini courses because I realized that what is missing in a lot of our designer worlds is having an actual roadmap. So I'm super excited to launch this course later this year, but I do have a waitlist open right now because it will be limited spots and it will be only a few launches here and there. I'm not going to keep it open and ongoing because I really want to help you guys, and I will be offering one-on-one support. I want to see you guys succeed and following your passion, and I'm just so excited to finally go down this avenue and really explore this with you guys and be there for you and support you. But be sure to join the waitlist because, like I said, there will be limited spots, and if you guys are really interested in this, like, I would love for you guys to get in on that first launch, which I'm aiming for September. So would love to see you guys in the waitlist, and I'll keep you posted on when it's going to be launched and what to look forward to in it. But I'm super excited about it. But I hope this video helped you guys out. I hope it taught you something new about style guides and different ways to do them and gave you some inspiration. Let me know if it did by giving this video a thumbs up and subscribing to my channel down below. And I will see you guys in my next video.